My beloved child, listen carefully to my voice today, because I am speaking directly to the deepest part of your heart. I know there were moments when you believed heaven had become silent toward you. I know there were nights when you prayed and heard nothing in return. You asked me again and again, Lord, are you listening? Do you still see me? Have you forgotten about me? But I tell you now, not one prayer escaped my ears. Not one tear fell to the ground unnoticed. Not one moment of your pain was ignored by me. I saw you when nobody else did. I saw you smiling in front of people while carrying hidden battles inside your soul. I saw the exhaustion you tried to hide. I saw the fear you buried behind your strength. Others only saw the surface, but I saw the storm inside your heart. And through every difficult moment, I remained beside you, even when you could not feel my presence. There were seasons where it seemed like everyone around you was moving forward, while you remained stuck in the same place. You watched doors open for others while your own opportunities disappeared. You wondered why your life felt delayed. You questioned why your efforts seemed unnoticed. You even questioned your worth. But my child, those delays were never punishment. They were preparation. If I had answered every prayer immediately, you would not have become the person you are today. If I had removed every hardship too quickly, you would never have discovered the strength I placed inside you. The waiting season was shaping your character. The silence was teaching you faith. The struggle was building endurance within your spirit. You thought you were breaking, but I was building you. There were moments you wanted to give up completely. Moments where your heart became tired from carrying disappointment after disappointment. You said, God, I cannot do this anymore. Yet somehow you kept going. Do you know why? Because my hand was holding you even when you did not realize it. When your strength failed, mine carried you forward. You survived things that should have destroyed you. You endured heartbreaks that left scars nobody could see. You walked through rejection, betrayal, loneliness, fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. Yet you are still here. That is not an accident. That is proof that I have been protecting you all along. My child, I need you to understand something important today. Silence does not mean absence. Just because you could not hear me did not mean I stopped working. I was moving behind the scenes in ways you could not understand. I was arranging circumstances. I was closing dangerous doors. I was protecting you from things you prayed for but were not ready to carry. Sometimes you cried because I said no, but later you discovered that my no protected you from pain you never saw coming. Sometimes you became frustrated because the answer took too long, but if it had arrived earlier, it would have crushed you instead of blessing you. Everything happened according to a greater plan. The enemy tried to convince you that your life would never change. He whispered lies into your mind during your weakest moments. He told you that you were forgotten. He told you your future was hopeless. He told you that your prayers were useless. But today I silence every lie spoken against your destiny. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not unseen. You are chosen. The pain you experienced was never the end of your story. It was only a chapter. And now a new chapter is beginning. The season of silence is ending. The season of breakthrough is arriving. You have cried enough tears. You have carried enough burdens. You have survived enough battles. Now it is time to rise. I know there were moments where you compared yourself to others. You wondered why their blessings appeared sooner. You questioned why their path seemed easier. But you do not know the assignment I created specifically for your life. I designed your journey differently because your calling is different. Never measure your progress by another person's timeline. While you were waiting, I was preparing something greater than what you imagined. While you felt hidden, I was developing you privately. Because before I elevate my children publicly, I first strengthen them privately. The hidden season matters. Roots grow in hidden places before trees become visible above the ground. In the same way, I was growing your faith beneath the surface while nobody noticed. You thought nothing was happening, but deep inside, transformation was taking place. Every disappointment taught you wisdom. Every heartbreak taught you discernment. Every delay taught you patience. Every struggle taught you dependence on me. Nothing was wasted. Even now, you still carry wounds from things people said about you. You remember the rejection. You remember being misunderstood. You remember giving your best only to receive criticism in return. But my child, people can only see your present condition. I alone can see your full destiny. Do not allow temporary voices to define your eternal purpose. Many people walked away from you because they could not understand where I was leading you. Some relationships ended because they were connected to an old version of you that could not enter your future season. What felt like abandonment was often divine separation. I removed certain people because they would have poisoned the next chapter of your life. One day you will understand why certain doors closed. One day you will understand why some prayers were delayed. One day you will see how I protected you from hidden destruction. But for now, I ask you to trust me. Trust me even when you cannot see the full picture. Trust me when life feels uncertain. Trust me when the answers are delayed. Trust me when your emotions try to convince you to quit. Faith is not built during easy seasons. Faith is built when you continue walking forward despite uncertainty. And my child, you continued walking. You may not realize how strong you have become. The version of you that exists today is stronger than the version that entered the storm. You have survived emotional battles that once would have destroyed you. You have learned how to stand again after disappointment. You have learned how to keep praying even when answers seem delayed. That is growth. That is strength. That is spiritual maturity. The enemy wanted your pain to harden your heart. But instead, I used your pain to deepen your compassion. Now you understand broken people differently. Now you understand suffering differently. Now you can encourage others because you personally survived darkness yourself. Your pain created wisdom. The tears you cried were not meaningless. Every tear became part of your testimony. One day people will hear your story and find hope because they will realize that if I carried you through impossible situations, I can carry them too. Your survival has purpose. My child, I know you are tired. I know there were days you secretly wondered how much longer you could continue carrying everything. But hear me clearly now. You are closer to breakthrough than you realize. Do not quit before the miracle arrives. The enemy attacks hardest when he senses your breakthrough is near. That is why the pressure increased. That is why the discouragement intensified. That is why your mind became overwhelmed with fear and doubt. Hell recognized that your season was changing before you did. But what I have prepared for you cannot be stolen. I am opening doors. I am creating opportunities. I am restoring your confidence. I am healing your heart. I am rebuilding what life tried to destroy. And nobody can stop what I have decided to release into your life. You spent years surviving, but now you are entering a season where you will finally begin living again. Joy will return to your heart. Peace will return to your mind. Hope will return to your spirit. You will laugh again. You will dream again. You will trust again. The darkness was never permanent. My beloved child, stop speaking defeat over your future. Stop believing the lie that nothing good can happen to you. Stop assuming your best days are behind you. I am not finished writing your story. Your future is still filled with purpose. There are blessings you have not seen yet. There are miracles you have not experienced yet. There are prayers I am still preparing to answer. Do not allow temporary discouragement to make permanent decisions. You survived every difficult season for a reason. And now the very things that once caused you pain will become proof of my faithfulness. The scars you carry will become reminders that I healed you. The battles you survived will become evidence that I protected you. The doors that closed will become proof that I redirected you. Everything is being redeemed. So lift your head again, my child. Breathe again. Hope again. Believe again. The silent season is ending. And what comes next will reveal that I was working the entire time. My beloved child, the waiting season is coming to an end. I know there were times you believed your life would never change. You became tired of hoping, tired of waiting, tired of praying for the same breakthrough again and again while nothing around you seemed different. But today I need you to hear my voice clearly. The door is finally opening. What you thought was permanent delay was only temporary preparation. You asked me many times, Lord, when will it finally be my turn? You watched others celebrate blessings while you quietly carried disappointment. You wondered why your prayers seemed unanswered while everyone else moved ahead. But my child, your story was never forgotten. I was writing chapters you could not yet see. There is a timing to everything I do. If I had opened the door too early, you would have entered it without the wisdom necessary to protect what I planned to give you. If I had released the blessing before your spirit matured, the pressure attached to it would have crushed you. So I waited, not because I wanted to hurt you, but because I loved you enough to prepare you correctly. Now the preparation season is producing fruit. The same people who underestimated you will soon witness the transformation I have been creating quietly behind the scenes. The same voices that doubted your future will see my hand moving powerfully over your life. What I am about to do will not be explainable by luck, coincidence, or human effort alone. It will carry my signature. I am opening a door that no man can shut. No enemy can block what I have already approved. No betrayal can cancel your destiny. No delay can destroy my promises. What belongs to you will find you in the right season. For years you survived with only small pieces of hope left inside your heart. There were moments you almost gave up completely. You nearly convinced yourself to stop expecting anything good. You told yourself, maybe this is just how life will always be. But I never agreed with the hopeless words fear spoke into your mind. Your current season is not your final destination. I know you became discouraged because some prayers took longer than expected. But my child, miracles are still miracles even when they arrive slowly. Seeds grow underground long before visible fruit appears above the surface. In the same way, I have been developing your blessing beneath the surface, where your natural eyes could not see it. Do not mistake hidden growth for absence. Even now, doors are moving into place. Even now, opportunities are aligning. Even now, connections are forming. Even now, breakthroughs are approaching your life. You are closer than you realize. The enemy wanted exhaustion to convince you to quit before the harvest arrived. That is why discouragement attacked your mind so heavily. That is why disappointment repeated itself again and again. Hell hoped repeated delays would weaken your faith, but you continued moving forward anyway. And because you endured, you are about to see what perseverance creates. My child, hear me carefully. The next chapter of your life will not look like the previous one. You have lived through enough survival seasons. You have cried enough hidden tears. You have carried enough emotional weight. Now I am leading you into restoration. I am restoring confidence where insecurity once ruled. I am restoring peace where anxiety once controlled your thoughts. I am restoring hope where disappointment nearly destroyed your expectations. The things that wounded you will not define you forever. You remember every betrayal. You remember every promise people broke. You remember trusting people who eventually walked away from you. Some abandoned you when you needed them most. Some spoke words that deeply damaged your spirit. Some smiled in front of you while secretly hoping for your downfall. But I protected you even through the betrayal. There were people you cried over losing who could not have gone where I am taking you. Had they remained in your life, they would have delayed your destiny even longer. Some exits were painful, but necessary. Not everyone assigned to your past is qualified for your future. My child, stop grieving doors I intentionally closed. I know certain endings hurt deeply. I know you replayed conversations in your mind, trying to understand why people changed toward you. But many times what looked like rejection was actually redirection. I removed certain people because they were connected to an older version of you that could not survive your next season. Where I am taking you requires new strength, new wisdom, and new discernment. The blessing ahead of you cannot survive in an atmosphere filled with negativity, jealousy, fear, or constant doubt. That is why I separated you from environments that drained your spirit. I needed to protect the future growing inside you. My beloved child, stop doubting whether you are worthy of what I promised. You still carry memories of past mistakes. You still replay failures in your mind. You still sometimes believe your weaknesses disqualify you from receiving good things. But listen to me carefully. Your past does not cancel my purpose for your life. I already knew every mistake you would make before I called you. I already knew every weakness before I chose you. I already knew every failure before I planned your future. And still, I chose you. Grace is stronger than your past. Mercy is greater than your failures. My love for you has never depended on perfection. You keep focusing on your broken pieces, while I keep focusing on the purpose hidden inside you. I did not bring you this far to abandon you now. The storm did not destroy you because my hand covered you through it. The enemy attacked your peace because he feared the future attached to your life. Darkness only fights what carries light. The pressure you experienced was proof that your destiny matters. You were never ordinary. There is purpose attached to your survival. There is purpose attached to your pain. There is purpose attached to your testimony. One day people will hear your story and realize that only God could have carried you through everything you survived. My child, stop speaking fear over your future. You say things like, "What if it never works out? What if I fail again? What if I lose everything?" But faith cannot grow in an atmosphere constantly watered by fear. Instead, begin declaring, "God is still with me. My future is protected. My breakthrough is coming. The door God opens cannot be closed." Your words shape the atmosphere around your spirit. Fear weakens expectation. Faith strengthens endurance. And I am calling you into deeper faith now. Not because everything is easy, but because the breakthrough is near. You have spent enough years doubting yourself. Now it is time to believe that the same God who carried you through painful seasons can also carry you into blessed seasons. You are not meant to remain trapped in survival forever. I created you for more than constant anxiety. I created you for more than endless disappointment. I created you for more than fear-driven living. Peace belongs to you. Joy belongs to you. Healing belongs to you. Restoration belongs to you. Receive that truth deeply into your spirit. The next season will require courage from you. When the door opens, do not hesitate because of fear. Do not shrink back because of insecurity. Do not sabotage the blessing because you secretly feel unworthy. Walk forward boldly. You prayed for this season. You cried for this season. You survived for this season. And now it is arriving. My child, I know part of you still feels tired from everything you endured. Sometimes trauma from previous battles makes people afraid to trust new beginnings. You fear disappointment repeating itself. You fear hoping again because hope once hurt you deeply. But this time will be different. I have strengthened you through every painful lesson. You are no longer the same fragile person who entered previous storms. Wisdom has grown inside you. Discernment has matured within you. Your spirit has become stronger. The battles changed you. What once destroyed your peace now teaches you caution. What once broke your heart now teaches you discernment. What once weakened you now strengthens you. Nothing was wasted. Even your scars now carry wisdom. My beloved child, I am also calling you higher spiritually in this new season. Do not become so focused on blessings that you forget the one who blessed you. Stay close to me through prayer. Stay humble when success begins appearing. Stay grateful even for small victories. Pride destroys what humility protects. Always remember where your strength came from. Always remember who carried you through dark seasons. Always remember who opened impossible doors. It was me. When others praise you, stay humble. When blessings increase, remain grateful. When opportunities multiply, continue seeking my voice. Because the greatest blessing is not success itself. The greatest blessing is my presence remaining with you through every season. And my child, I will remain with you. I will guide your steps. I will protect your peace. I will strengthen your heart. I will give wisdom for every decision ahead. You are not walking into the future alone. So stop staring at closed doors behind you. Stop mourning seasons that already ended. Stop allowing old pain to convince you new joy is impossible. Lift your head. The door is finally opening. The waiting season is ending. And the next chapter of your life will reveal why you had to survive everything that came before it. My beloved child, now that you are entering a new season, I need you to listen carefully because not every battle ends when the blessing arrives. Some battles begin after the breakthrough. The enemy could not stop you from surviving the storm, so now he will try to distract you after the victory. That is why I am warning you today. Protect what I am placing into your hands. Do not allow pride, fear, doubt, or the wrong voices to destroy the very thing you prayed so long to receive. You asked me for peace, and now peace is beginning to enter your life. But fear will try to convince you that it cannot last. You asked me for healing, but doubt will try to tell you that the pain will return again. You asked me for breakthrough, but insecurity will whisper that you are unworthy of it. My child, not every voice deserves your attention. There are people who speak from fear because they have never experienced faith. There are people who criticize what they do not understand. There are people who secretly become uncomfortable when they see you growing beyond the limitations they placed on you. Do not allow their words to become stronger than my promises. I know you spent years fighting battles in secret. I know there were moments you felt completely exhausted emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And because of those painful seasons, part of you still expects disappointment. Part of you still waits for something to go wrong. Part of you struggles to fully trust joy because pain stayed in your life for so long. But hear me clearly now. Not every season will be painful forever. You have survived enough darkness. You have carried enough sadness. You have cried enough hidden tears. Now you must learn how to live again. The enemy becomes afraid when my children finally begin walking in freedom. That is why fear attacks your mind so aggressively whenever blessings begin appearing. Fear wants you to sabotage your own future. Fear wants you to doubt every open door. Fear wants you to stay emotionally trapped inside old seasons, even after I have delivered you from them. But I did not rescue you so you could continue living like a prisoner. You are free. Free from the shame of your past. Free from the lies spoken against you. Free from the guilt that kept haunting your thoughts. Free from the chains of fear and hopelessness. Walk like someone who has been set free. My beloved child, humility will become extremely important in this next season. When blessings begin increasing, remember where they came from. Never allow success to make you forget the God who carried you through the painful years. There will be moments when people praise your strength. Some will admire your endurance. Others will look at your transformation and wonder how you survived everything you went through. But always remember this truth. It was not your strength alone. It was my grace carrying you. Without me, you would have collapsed under the pressure long ago. Without me, your spirit would have broken during the storm. Without me, you would not have survived the nights where hopelessness surrounded your mind. Stay humble, my child. Pride destroys what humility protects. The higher I lift you, the deeper your spiritual roots must grow. Do not become distracted by appearances, attention, or temporary applause. Human praise fades quickly, but my presence in your life is eternal. Remain close to me through prayer. Prayer protected you in dark seasons, and prayer will protect you in blessed seasons too. Do not only seek me when life becomes difficult. Seek me even more when life becomes good. Gratitude keeps your heart aligned with heaven. Many people forget me after receiving the very blessing they once begged me for. Do not become one of them. Remember the nights you cried asking for peace. Remember the mornings you woke up carrying anxiety. Remember the moments you begged me for one open door. Now that those prayers are being answered, stay grateful. A grateful heart protects blessings from becoming idols. My child, there are also some blessings you must protect privately before revealing publicly. Not every dream should be announced immediately. Not every breakthrough needs explanation. Sometimes silence is wisdom. Joseph revealed his dream too early, and envy rose against him. Learn from that lesson. Not everybody celebrating around you truly wants to see you rise. Some people clap with their hands while secretly competing in their hearts. Some smile outwardly while inwardly hoping you fail. Discernment will protect your peace. You do not need to prove your calling to everyone. You do not need to explain every blessing. You do not need validation from people who cannot understand your assignment. Protect your spirit. Be careful about who influences your thoughts in this season. The wrong voices can weaken your confidence. Constant negativity can slowly poison faith. That is why I separated you from certain environments earlier. I needed to protect the future I was building inside you. The atmosphere around you matters. Stay around people who strengthen your faith, not people who constantly strengthen your fears. Stay connected to voices that bring wisdom, peace, and truth. Distance yourself from environments filled with jealousy, gossip, bitterness, and discouragement. Peace is precious. Protect it carefully. My beloved child, do not return emotionally to places I already delivered you from. Sometimes people physically leave painful seasons, but mentally continue living inside them. They replay old pain repeatedly until the past controls their future. Do not remain trapped inside memories I already healed. Yes, the betrayal hurt. Yes, the rejection wounded your confidence. Yes, the disappointment exhausted your spirit. But you survived it. Stop reopening wounds I am trying to close. Healing requires trust. Healing requires surrender. Healing requires believing that your future can still become beautiful after everything you endured. And it can. Your story is not ending in brokenness. Your story is not ending in shame. Your story is not ending in fear. Your story will reveal my faithfulness. One day people will hear your testimony and realize that only God could have carried you through such impossible seasons. The pain that once embarrassed you will become proof of my power. The scars you once hid will become evidence that healing exists. I will use your survival to inspire others. The broken will see hope through your story. The discouraged will see endurance through your life. The fearful will discover courage because you continued moving forward despite your battles. Nothing you suffered was meaningless. Even now, I am transforming your pain into purpose. My child, continue choosing faith even when uncertainty still exists. Faith does not mean you understand everything. Faith means you trust me even when answers remain incomplete. Some things will only make sense later. Trust my timing. Trust my direction. Trust my wisdom. I can see what you cannot see. You become anxious because you only see today, but I already see your tomorrow. I know every door ahead. I know every battle approaching. I know every blessing waiting for you. That is why you must stop carrying tomorrow's worries today. You are safe in my hands. Even when life feels uncertain to you, nothing about your future surprises me. I already prepared grace for every challenge ahead. I already placed strength inside you for battles not yet visible. You will not fail because I remain with you. And my presence changes everything. When fear rises, remember my promises. When doubt attacks, return to prayer. When discouragement whispers, speak truth over your life again. Declare, Ye God is with me. Ye my future is protected. My breakthrough will not be stolen. The season of fear is ending. I choose faith over fear. Your words carry spiritual power. Do not spend your days speaking death over dreams I am trying to revive. Stop agreeing with hopelessness. Stop expecting disaster constantly. Stop believing you are cursed to remain stuck forever. You are entering a new season. A season of peace. A season of healing. A season of restoration. A season of visible growth. Walk into it with faith. My beloved child, I know you still have moments of weakness. I know healing is sometimes slow. I know there are days when exhaustion tries to return again. But you are not who you used to be. The storm changed you. The pain strengthened you. The waiting matured you. You are stronger now. And because you endured, you are about to carry blessings with wisdom you did not possess before. The old version of you may have mishandled this season, but the current version has been refined through fire. Nothing was wasted. So move forward now without fear. Move forward without shame. Move forward without constantly looking behind you. The waiting season is over. The breakthrough is here. The blessing is growing. The healing has begun. And I, your Lord, will continue walking beside you through every step ahead. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. Your future is protected in my hands.